Got a big ass fucking
And
tiger on your hot
we
side.
Yeah, I have a
are
tattoo
live.
that goes literally from my shoulder all the way down to my hip. Giant tattoo.
I'll never forget. I was there for your first tattoo, and I didn't realize it was
Hello,
during
everyone.
Gay Pride. So
No, I
everyone got
know.
food
We
together.
walked out, and that was
Hello.
that was
How
a
you doing,
fun
boss?
I hear
show.
you, but there's things going on apparently in the background about tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone doing?
Tattoos are
Good. How are you today,
Good.
boss?
Eh.
I
One of
feel
the
like shit.
one of the ring lights died behind my
Aw.
monitor. So.
Oh,
Is it the right
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
I noticed it was dimming a little bit ago, but I
Oh
thought
no, I could.
that
I
it
have a
was-
dimmer switch on it, and I was dimming it. But the thing is, it just won't turn on now. So
Mm.
Jimmy Tim.
Are the
We were
LEDs,
talking about
are
The
the
Last of
LEDs
Us, and
replaceable?
then talked about tattoos.
I was also here.
No, you weren't. You were here, but you weren't here.
all right,
I am
we
nothing.
are running a little behind schedule. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip the recap. And we're just gonna jump into the situation at hand. As when we last left off, you guys were in the Metro City Mall. Some of you were there for a shopping trip, preparing for a date, while others were chasing some sort of goop monster through the city. Said goop monster sort of appeared in the mall. Everyone made their way there. The girls jumped into the restroom to pretty much magic girl into their costumes. And that's where we are at the moment.
Magical girl. Magical girl.
I have a quick question about combat before we start, since it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand the example you gave, where Louis, puts up the heat shield to stop the bullets and whatnot. But I mean, all of Louis' combat type attacks are power based attacks.
Yeah, so are everybody else's.
So do I have to take a stress every time I attack?
No, this is only if you are doing something to influence something else. If you are just using as a basic attack, then you just roll the 3d6.
Oh, okay. So I was taking a broader interpretation of influence combat, because technically everything that we do influences combat.
No, this is sort of you're taking a reaction to something, or you're the example I used where Steven Strong wants to lift up a tank to hit a dude with a tank. That point in time, then you would incorporate
instead of just hitting a dude with a tank.
Yeah.
I feel like Max is being called out here.
Why?
I mean,
I
Max
actually
has
asked the question earlier.
Yeah, Max is the one who don't ask the questions. I just use Max as a example.
Fair enough.
I have pictures on my Roll20. Everyone's pictures up, and it's taking over the map. How do I fix that?
Huh?
Go ahead and hit the cogwheel in the upper right hand corner.
Mhm.
Oh,
and then you're gonna go to the audio and video, and then click the video display option, and
Names
where it
only.
says names only. Yes.
Got it. Thank you so much.
It's always the first thing I do when I join a game on Roll20.
Yep.
First thing I did for the Dagger Heart, I was like, nope, get rid of that shit.
Oh, by the way, I hope you guys, I'll tell you guys to put on 3D dice for Dagger Heart.
Wait, what?
Yeah, put 3D dice on for Dagger Heart. I'll explain later.
3D dice?
I'll explain later. No, I'm not getting rid of physical dice. There are just situations that I am going to make
on her face.
I am going to make you technically box of doom it, so you're gonna have to roll on 3D dice. So
But
anyway,
I'm just concerned that you're still doing this after how it was with Weebot earlier.
We are going to talk about that later. You guys have a legally distinct venom to kill.
All
Smash.
19 inches of it.
No, it's legally distinct, so it's only 15.
It's legally distinct. And you wouldn't
Only?
make it bigger.
I mean, that's still pretty big. What can I say?
That's what she said.
I disapprove use of the word only.
It's a superhero game. Come on, things get out of hand really fast.
So, if I remember correctly, I think the 3 girls are still on the 2nd floor because we were at the food court.
You guys
but
were
we
at
saw
the
it on
food
the first
court.
floor.
I pretty much just moved everybody down here because I just assumed everybody would be down here around the same time as the
Oh, that's
boys
fair.
are rushing to the mall and you all are like changing in the bathroom. So I figured that you guys would do this and everyone would get down to the same floor he's at around the same time. In which, when you do arrive, he's sort of thrashing about in a rather confused state, just like knocking things over. You see like tendrils like flying out and grabbing a park bench and pulling it into him, as if like, and you could just like see it just slowly sort of like start to sink into his body, almost as if the ooze like substance that is his body now is consuming it.
He's hungry.
But at the moment, he doesn't necessarily see all of you as he's thrashing and just screaming in what could only be described as like agony and confusion.
Oh God. We didn't see it use anything yet, did we? Like any of its powers?
You just saw like a tentacle shoot out of the side of its body, grab a park bench, and pull said park bench into it and just like slowly consume it.
Got it.
Okay.
That's not good.
So we're technically on the 2nd.
No, you are all
floor
down on
or
the
not,
first
No,
floor.
we're all down on the first floor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God, my brain just totally turned off.
Right? Me too.
I'm trying to think like, what do I do?
As like he stops for a
How
moment
do I
and
do?
he like sort of like doubles over and his voice just starts like echoing out from his body. He's like, "What happened to me?"
Oh no. Does this voice sound familiar?
Kinda.
Like a stretch. Does it kind of sound like the guy that we were interrogating the other day?
It's hard to tell because his voice is very distorted, almost as if it's speaking with like 3 different voices combined together.
Of course, with
somebody remind me, what was douchebag senator's name?
Yeah.
Doug Dimmadome?
oh
Warren. That's
No,
what it
Warren.
was. I couldn't remember if it was Warren or Warrant, and I was just like trying to.
Everett. It's Everett
Wart.
Warren.
Yeah.
It's Wart. He's a wart.
As he
Of course,
he
with
like
the earpiece.
punches an ATM machine. You see it just like rocket across the courtyard and slam into the glass of a shop. As he just like screams, "Said it wouldn't do this."
Oh, buddy, what did I just tell you to do?
So as a subconscious thought for Louis, when he hits the ATM machine and it smashes into the storefront, does it break open?
We're heroes, not villains.
I'm gonna say when he punched it, you saw a couple dollars flying out, and it just like leaves like a small trail of like 1s and 5s as it crashes into.
I'm sorry, Louis is a poor black kid from the hood.
Free money.
Yeah, but you're also living in a mansion.
Free money.
We're currently living in a mansion. And
I just live there. No one gives me an allowance. I still have to work for my money.
Just saying, it doesn't matter where you're from, you can still embody more heroic values.
Anyway, you guys
With the
have
earpiece.
Yeah, I was
So-
gonna say because you guys have it.
Yeah.
You have a moment to discuss amongst yourselves what you're
Mhm.
going to do because he hasn't noticed you.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the earpiece, as we always dawn on to communicate, seeing my companions here, she's gonna say, I don't know if you heard what I just heard, but this sounds like the people who were impersonating us before. I think he is forcefully altered into what he is.
No, it's asshole Terry.
He said
Asshole
they
Terry.
said it wouldn't do this. So he's, got some experimenting going on.
Well, it's only been wait a minute. She's gonna get a closer look. Does the black goo look similar to the little leech worm thing that fell out of his body?
You know, it kind of does.
She's gonna be like, oh no, it happened before we talked to him. Oh no. Okay, we need to subdue him.
And
Tried
like
that.
you see,
Didn't
you
work.
see him like again scream out as his body sort of like almost folds backwards, and like a large mouth like opens up from his like midsection, and just lets out like a guttural roar.
Oh,
As
good,
like
it's gaping dragon.
he sort of, god damn it, he sort of seemingly fights with himself and gets himself to stand upright again, though you can see across the midsection just that divide, that mouth that has now formed.
I'm going to start hovering and get back up into the air. I know I can't really like tell without touching it or anything like what kind of the liquid is. Does it look like this liquid is just, or this material that's around him is like constantly shifting and moving?
Yeah, it kind of, you've seen those weird like waterfall like indoor waterfalls where it's just like a small like pane of water going down like a marble wall where you could just barely see the water moving on it. Yeah, and like for some reason you always want to
Okay.
stick your finger in it to make it sure it's real. It's sort of like that.
I feel like we
Okay.
shouldn't touch this one.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Okay. Fucking, I'm gonna take a play out of Max's playbook, and if I can, I want to move here,
Okay.
and then I want to try and use an eye laser to basically pin this thing to the column behind it.
Sure. Go ahead and take a point of stress for this. This is the means of like influencing. Oh, by the way, I'm being nice and resetting all of your stress to 0. Because new rules. But yeah, so if you're going to do that, you can incorporate the 2d6 on your power into the roll with the other 3d6 and just tell me how many successes you get on it.
I've got 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, are you, since you are using your power to influence like this, are you using it to damage or are you just trying to hold him?
I think for right now, no. It's still just gonna be a concussive blast to try and pin him to the column.
Okay. So yeah, you get there, you come up and you just blast him like into just this information kiosk that is just currently displaying a "You Are Here" map that everybody ignores and they get lost at the mall. But yeah, everyone sees William run over, just use the laser eyes, and is now like holding this creature against the information kiosk.
while this is happening, I'd like to move in. So I can get sight on this guy, and I want to try and understand what's happening to him. So Gemma's going to concentrate and attempt to activate the part of her ability that allows her to sense powers after they're used to see if something was used on him.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and take a point of stress, and you could give me 2d6s here.
I rolled 2 4s. I don't know what that means.
2 4s? That would necessarily be a failure in, like, you don't get a full understanding of it. But there's something not natural about this. Very broad. But, like, this isn't like somebody woke up and was, born with the ability to turn into a liquid double mouth monster.
This is manufactured.
So I'll probably get onto the comms as well and be like, this isn't something he's done to. Well, it was done to him, whether from some external force, not from within. This is not his ability. Whether it's someone else's ability or something else that's happened. It's
artificial.
Yes.
Can I I can move closer and everything and everything, but I would like to see if I could use my powers to see about, like, first off, like, kind of hear his heartbeat, but also, like, see if there's anything else that I can hear that would be, like, sentient with him. Because I'm thinking about that, like, worm or whatever that, like, went out, and now it's just kind of like, I don't know if it's something that's taken over him. I mean, probably that, but just to try to get a better understanding of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Essentially using my power to do a medicine check.
Sure. Go ahead and just give me, take a point of stress. Use, and then roll those 2d6 for your power.
So 2d6.
2d6. Because right now your power level is 2.
1 and a 4.
There's a lot of noise going on at the moment. Though you hear something that sort of is reminiscent of a heartbeat coming from his direction. It sounds a little off.
I'll probably be moving. I can move right there. Is that okay?
I mean, yeah, because sound travels.
Like,
so
yeah, behind the planter. Essentially, I still want to stay mostly hidden. Okay.
I think at this time, as you guys start acting like this, he's gonna make an action here, as he is going to attempt to pretty much morph through this thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you see that, like, his body begins to, like, morph through this, and not being able to fully control it, he just pulls it into him as he goes through, just ripping the kiosk out of the ground.
Oh, good.
Ah! I'll just do that so I know it. And as he does that, Max's blast, like, goes by him and through the broken window where the ATM flew through, and smashes through a couple of display mannequins.
It's fun.
He kind of, like, shrugs. He kind of, like, regains himself after being pinned to the blast. He sort of, like, stares over at Max, not Max, but over at William. Already sending his lackeys on me. We had a fucking deal.
He's gonna just play along. Deal's off. Now come and get it.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's see what this body can do. And you see him like throw like one arm out to one side, another arm to the other side. They just grab onto various things. He starts to pull himself back in like a slingshot.
Like Stretch Armstrong type of
The
thing.
Stretch Armstrong is, he gets far enough back, he just leaps and lets himself go as he flies towards William. So
Can I drop prone in response?
sure, yeah, you could duck it if you want, because he flies,
Yeah,
and he goes over you, and he sort of like crashes back here. And as he does, he sort of hits the ground in like a sickening splat, and then he like reforms.
Oh, gross. Oh, gross.
Anyone doing anything?
Paige, I don't.
Anyone else wants to?
If nobody else says anything, I'm going to shoot him again.
I'm just going to be over the intercoms. Paige, I'm not sure we're going to be able to physically subdue something like that. We might need something to either get it to stop being so stretchy, or you might have to knock it out.
Try me, as I'm going to release nitro and try to freeze the body.
I take it you're gonna
parting it.
I take it you're gonna fly over there
Well,
before
fly
you.
over, yeah. Yes.
I release nitro and freeze my allies.
Thank you.
Freezing all of us.
Well, maybe they all need to calm the fuck down.
Look, Frankie might have blue hair. Doesn't mean she wants to be blue lipped.
All right, go.
This is a reasoning situation.
Go ahead.
Cora Blue number 2.
It's like you make an attack here. Go ahead and give me 3d6.
Do I add my power to this at all?
No, you don't add your power to.
No.
Okay, I got 1.
Okay, so that's gonna be one point here taken from him. As like you begin to release the nitrous or the nitro, and you can see like his body starts to freeze up, but then there's just like a chemical shift in its body to where he's no longer freezing over.
What kind of chemical shift? Ask the chemist.
Ask the chemist. The DM, who's not a chemistry major. It looked like
half the time I'm Googling shit.
It looked like he just adapted. Like he adapted to like a situation in order to save itself.
So
makes me curious.
Oh god, it's the Borg!
At this point, if possible, I'd like to do a thing.
What thing would you like to do?
Well, this is Max, and we both know Max is very loud. Yes, we know that Max by nature is extremely loud. I would like to have him yell at the top of his lungs here, and just simply yell "Enough!" as loud as he can.
Okay.
And as he walks past, what's Laser Boy's fucking character name again? Sorry, I'm drawing a complete blank.
Laserface.
Laserface.
There we go, Laserface. Sorry, not Laser Boy.
Laserface.
You laser boy.
Laser.
Yeah, no, I'd like him to definitely just look at laser whatever. I'm kidding.
Laser Bro.
At Laser Bro over here, and just kind of say enough with the bullshit, and then just walk straight up to this Venom-looking guy and say, "Could we please stand down and have a civilized conversation for once?"
So you're moving up?
Yep, walking straight up to this guy.
I put the little wing on my token to show you that I'm hovering in the air right now.
Yep. As it's gonna look to you, Max, and it just has like this snarl on its face.
That's fine.
I don't talk with the help. And he just
I usually throw cars at people.
as
Enough.
he like lurches his arm forward as it like forms into like a spike, and he goes to like drive it into you.
All right, let's see it.
That is going to be 1 success.
Okay. I would like to nanomachine, son.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is like he goes to like hit you with the spike. The nanomachine sort of like harden, and like you feel the damage. You feel a little bit of damage happening, like that. You actually feel the pain as like instead of you being impaled, the nanomachine's hardened up and it just pushes you back.
Can I do some form of a roll to not be pushed back?
You know what? Go ahead and give me a brawn roll. Just a straight up brawn roll. We'll say you're going to need about 3 successes out of the 5d6 that you're rolling here.
All right, let's see it. I have 4. I will reroll 1. And what is considered a success here?
A 6.
It's still considered on 6s? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got 2. Let's see if the last dice is cooperative. No, unfortunately, that'll only be 2 successes.
Okay, so you're not like fully shoved back, but you try to stand your ground and do like a little like stutter step backwards.
Okay. And
anyone who hasn't acted yet, you guys want to get in on this? Condor, Louis.
Yeah, I'm so I went into this fight not intending to use cryptid because of RP related stress stuff that was going on previously. So I think I'm going to stick with that, even though our stress has been reset, at least until like the next time we sleep. So Condor's remaining Condor in his suit, though. And I think he's just keeping a very close eye on this thing to see if he can catch a glimpse of the inside of it to determine if this creature is Terry's body transformed or if Terry's body itself is still inside of this creature.
Ooh, good call.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're just like you're watching his movements, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Louis, anything from you?
Well, the ally is near it, so I can't just douse it in fire. Question: is there like a is this like a Mall of America type mall or like some bullshit Bay Ridge mall?
No, this is like a Mall of America type mall. It is huge.
Okay, so does it happen to be underneath a chandelier?
It does not.
Okay. Has Paige already done the nitro on this thing?
Yes.
And did it seem like it got affected?
It seemed like it was starting to affect it, and then something shifted in its body to like counteract the freezing.
Well, I'm gonna see if system shock will work. Where I saw the freezing happen, I'm going to try and hit it with heat.
Okay. Here.
That's just regular 3d6, correct?
Yep, 3d6.
I got a 5 and 2 1s.
All right. So you begin to like douse it in flame, and it sort of has an effect for a moment as it turns around and it brings up its arm to kind of like shield it, and you can see some of like the liquid beginning to be almost evaporated, but much like the nitro, it just begins to reset. Though at this point in time, as it's pulling back, Condor, you do see like a secondary limb underneath this liquid as it's being repelled, almost as if almost as if this is a suit.
So as soon as I see that, I will call out so everyone can hear, as well as pointing directly at it. I think Terry's still in there.
Max here will definitely nod and then tell Louis, keep burning the goop off.
Yeah, we'll just have to kill him again.
And when it is my turn, I will, provided he's being sufficiently burnt and gooped and whatever, I will try to pull on the human limb that is currently sticking out. See if we can try to rip him out of this thing. But again, once my turn comes around,
you
of
notice
course.
that as Louis is pouring on the heat, the ooze itself has already adapted and is like slowly just now resisting the focused burn.
Oh, great.
Can I try to let's see. Sorry, I was reading my thing. I want to try to do kind of like is it Black Canary? Who like screams and everything.
Black
I want to
Canary.
try to do some force damage from above like how I did before by like if I could make my way around and get on this get on it.
Okay.
This directory thing, if that's possible.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to try to force it down to the floor. I know we're technically on the second floor, so I'm not sure if he's gonna phase through it. But
okay, so since you are pretty much trying to pin him, I'm going to ask that you take another stress and you can roll with power.
Another stress and roll another 2d6.
Oh, along with your attack. So it'll be 5d6 instead of 2.
5d6. Okay. Should I have rolled 5d6 before? Because you told me 2.
That was only because you were trying to listen, so you were only using your power.
Ah, got it. Okay.
This is pretty much
Is your power only at 2? I thought our power was at 3 now.
No, it's at 2.
Are you still 2?
It's at 2.
Mine's listed
My
at
power's
3.
at 3. Yeah.
When did you
Yeah,
guys?
my
We got an upgrade.
Okay, my bad.
We got an upgrade.
My bad. I thought you guys are still at 2. Yeah, so go ahead and make it 60.
No, we've been at 3 for a bit.
We've been at 3 for a while. I was looking at my thing too. Yeah.
I didn't make that connection.
I didn't either.
We had 1 evolutionary flux, I believe, and 2 regular power-ups. From what I'm seeing.
So how many do I roll?
66.
66. One success.
1 success. Okay, that is enough to keep him down on the ground. As you just take a deep breath and just begin to belt a high-pitched wail, and it forces him down onto the ground. Not like flat, but he's sort of like down on a knee now, like trying to brace himself with his arms.
I was hoping that like it would kind of like spread the goop from the force, but unfortunately it's not.
Right now, the only thing that you can attempt to try to like increase the power like the next time around, but right now you just have enough to keep him subdued.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this as a hint to basically just try to do the same, and just gonna shoot this thing and try to keep it pinned to the ground and see if I can't open it up.
Okay. Again, another stress here.
All right, that is 2 successes.
Okay, so the combination of like the sound waves and now your beams pouring onto him, you now have him like your blast sort of like nail him in like the forearms, kind of like slicing through as he just like falls to the ground. The goop that was separated like climbs back into him, but he's now just being pinned down.
But he's a person now and no longer venom?
No, it's still the goop.
Okay.
God, names. What's Paige superhero name again?
Euphoria.
Euphoria. Yeah, Euphoria, do you want to try and see if he can adapt to 2 at once? you and I can combo. I'll zap you, do something else.
That's actually a great idea. I was going to try to confuse. I was going to use 2 different chemicals that aren't normally combined together to see how fast he adapts and just keep changing it up every single time. That works.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and combo attack with Euphoria. I'm gonna recall my electricity power and I copied before.
Mm-hmm.
I perma copied. And try and zap him with the electricity at the same time she hits him with whatever she hits him with.
Okay.
You copied that.
Are you guys making this attack to subdue, or is this just a flat attack?
Subdue.
Okay, so if you're subduing, it's going to be a
Paige is
stress.
trying to subdue.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So both of you take a stress,
Same.
and you can roll your attacks.
So since we took a point of stress, it'd be the 6.
Yes.
Okay. We're learning slowly. All right, so what are we calling successes? Is it 4 and up successes, or
A
is
success
it
is
just
a
6s?
6. A success is a 6.
All right, I got 3.
You got 3? Damn. Okay.
3. Zara?
Sorry, hold on. I was trying to make it make sense. You know what? This sounds like it could be fun. She is going to create sulfuric acid, as
Okay.
it actually helps with electrical charges flow much faster.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Obviously, real science. I was like, wait, what goes with electricity? There's a
Science!
handful of things to do. Science.
Science rules.
So
Being
yeah,
railroad
so-
logic into the game. Just kidding.
Look, I would like to, so it makes sense. So she's gonna try to create some sulfuric acid and combine it with the electricity to increase its charge and make it even faster. So this is. Do I add my power to this one then?
Yep, you add your power to this one because you're not just doing like a flat out attack. This is like you're influencing something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's not like just like throwing a fireball at somebody. You're doing
Right.
something with the intent to do something other than just harm.
Right. So it's still a 3d6 plus my power, so I would do 6d6.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, holy balls. Okay.
What did you get?
I got 3 out of 6.
Me too.
Okay. So
Which is good because the other half were
You-
just all ones. I had 6s and 1s. That's it.
Gemma like
I had
lets the electricity rip. And it flies out and it hits his body and it just screams in just like in agony as you could just see this electrical current just racking the goo as it's like slowly being like pushed and dissolved away as it's being electrocuted. Steam is coming up off of its body and then all of a sudden it's nailed with like a splash of sulfuric acid and it just screams more and more. And he kind of like looks up to William. He's like, we had a deal, as the goop sort of like retracts, and then all that you see is just a jet black skeleton laying on the ground.
Well, shit.
What's that?
Um,
Did we do that?
Did we do that? Was that us? Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
This is out of character me saying like, did we? Because trust me, Paige is gonna have an entirely different reaction if she actually did that.
I don't like what's
Oh, not
happening on
these
the map right
assholes.
now.
I don't like these assholes. Nope. Nope.
Actually, yeah,
As-
never mind. She does not get off.
Does it seem like we did that to him? I do need an answer to that.
We're
Well-
kind of surrounding it,
Well, yeah,
and we
yeah,
just used our
No,
power.
the black skeleton. Did we make him black skeleton? Does it look like we did that? Okay.
I don't know. You kind of hit him with electricity and threw acid on him, and then he became a skeleton. So maybe.
Look, his body was adapting, so
But as like you guys are standing over this this smoking skeleton, you hear a heavy approaching footsteps coming behind you, and then the empowering of like advanced weaponry.
Of course.
As like you turn around to see like laser sights trained on a couple of you. Spectre forces, hands up, muties.
Oh boy.
No sudden movements or we will light you the fuck up.
Real quick, we never discussed it after character creation, but one of the things that you had us do during creation was make a list of items that we wanted our heroes to have.
Yeah.
You never said no to any of the ones that I put on my list. So is it safe to assume that the items that were on my list I have?
Yeah. If I did not say no to anything.
Okay. So as soon as I turn around and see these guys approaching, I'm whipping out some smoke bombs and throwing them down to give us cover.
Okay.
Smoke bomb.
So I take it you're like doing like you're like taking the smoke bombs and throwing them like in a wide berth to cover everyone.
Yeah, like
Okay,
a cluster
cool.
bomb of smoke bombs.
Okay. And I'm gonna say then that where's my circle? We'll go ahead and say the smoke bombs like cover this area, so it sort of like blocks everybody's line of sight.
Yeah.
And as that happens, you're just going to hear the one that was talking just yell, light them up. And they're going to start blind firing into the smoke. I'm going to make 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make 7 different attacks.
For the record, Paige is like, she's landed on her knees looking over the body, completely in shock. I mean, all you can see are her eyes, but she's just like in shock right now. She hasn't even acknowledged the men in uniform.
All right, so I'm going to say Condor, Gemma, and Steven, or I should say Max, are struck for 1 point of damage.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Since I was looking in the direction of this guy, I feel like I was seen before the smoke bombs go off. I would have seen Paige hit the ground like she did. So I'm going to
right after the combo.
Yeah, I'm going to move so I'm in front of Paige and kind of like Paige, or Euphoria, look at me. If she doesn't respond, I'm grabbing her face and physically turning her towards me. We have to go now. I know. And you can see the look on her face is very much similar to yours, where it's a look a bit of horror.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I may have to do a roll real quick. Hold on.
Fine.
Yeah, no, she's looking at you, but she's not there.
All right. As I'm running out of the smoke in their direction anyway, if I see that, I will just physically pick up Paige and just start running.
Okay. That bank behind you on there, that is a real building. So if you want to break through the bank, you can.
I gotta zoom out.
Okay, we're running through.
Oh, there we go. I didn't even see the bank. I was just zoomed in on the map.
After all, Rojan, what is a wall to a tank, right?
True, but there's doors.
I mean, if the door is locked, let's just say that the door will not be considered an obstacle.
It's a mall in the middle of a business day. It is not locked. Maybe evacuated at the moment, seeing as what's going on, but not locked.
Well, we're going through and we're getting out.
Okay. The rest of you following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I had to dodge out of the way first, though, because I had a tank running at me. and then I'll follow.
I mean, if you're in the way, he has a second arm. You're getting grabbed too.
If
I had my hands
any
on Paige.
if any of the bones of the skeleton are loose, I want to scoop one up as I go past
The
it.
skeleton itself is completely intact.
Is like
You grab a
sinew
whole
and stuff
skeleton?
still holding the bones together, or are any of them like loose on their own?
Condor, when you
Like,
go
'cause
by,
I don't want to be carrying around a full skeleton through the city.
it doesn't look like anything is loose. Though, as you're going by, is I assume everybody else is already piecing out here.
If someone's grabbing Paige,
Yeah.
otherwise.
As
Yes,
you go by,
you are being grabbed.
you look for any loose bones or anything. You see nothing, but you begin to see the skeleton move as it slowly begins to push itself up, and it begins to groan as you begin to see from the center of its chest, that liquid starting to spread out throughout the ribs and beginning to reform itself.
Okay, I'm out of here.
And
their
then
problem.
like Gemma and Paige
Yes.
were both grabbed by either.
Yes,
Max or me.
Laserface.
On the way out, since it's starting to reform, I'm gonna punt that motherfucker at the Spectre Ops.
You're just gonna pick him up and throw him.
Yes.
Sure, go ahead and give me a brawn roll here. I mean,
How strong's the teacher?
It's a skeleton.
Yeah, it's not super heavy, I don't think. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. You pick him up and you kind of just do a miniature hammer throw spin and just launch him through into the smoke, and you hear a combination of bones crackling on the ground, and then what sounds like goop beginning to roll as while it's in the mist, as you are retreating, you hear it roar out in frustration.
Starting to
Have fun with that,
realize
jackasses.
And you hear him yell, Warren. Though I would say that if you and Condor are the last two in here, you would probably be the only ones that hear that.
Shit. We're turning less X-Men and more the boys.
I love this game.
This concerns me.
Yup.
What do you mean it concerns you?
Or be X-Men, not the boys.
As you guys make your way through the bank and you go out onto the street, and you see that there are a couple Spectre cruisers outside of the entrance to the mall, but it doesn't look like any of them are on the street themselves at the moment.
So while we're running and I'm scooped up along with Paige, I'm still going to be trying to get Paige to focus. Be like, Paige, we need to get out of here. We can't teleport you. You have to do it yourself. Focus. You can break down later.
Rojan, I sent you a message.
If I can see, there it is. I was like, where the fuck is my phone?
Hiding. I hide mine all the time. Very well. Can't find it myself.
Oh fuck. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't, but now that
that's why I reminded you.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
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 So
it's
yeah.
all backstory stuff.
Sorry, I forgot to add Louis' character portrait. So I'll ask this, Zora, how debilitating is it? Is it more like a paralytic, or is it more of an irritant?
right now it would be paralytic, because of what she just witnessed. It's not because she's not like screaming out or showing emotion. It's not as dangerous as it could be. So it would be paralytic at this point.
Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to roll me. You're gonna take. I'm gonna say this right here because of what it is. You're gonna be taking 3 points of stress, and I
Yep.
need you to roll
Yeah.
me double your power.
Okay. Yeah, this is completely understandable. So still 66.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so concerned right now.
Fucking rip.
No, I mean fucking. How badly? How bad?
So this is a huge 180 from my earlier game when I couldn't roll above a fucking 10 to save my life.
Uh-oh.
Always how this works. Is that all of them?
You got 5
5.
out of 6. Damn.
Hey.
I shit you not. I shit you not.
Okay.
Beats my 4s and 3s
Cyber's
I got all
fucking
day
dead.
today.
You rolled 5 6s. Damn.
So as you guys are running away,
I love these guys.
I want to ask the group as this retreat is happening, how are you retreating? Are you sticking to the streets? Are you cutting through alleys? Are you jumping in the sewer? Like, how are you trying to clear your way to safety?
Where was this mall located again?
This mall is located in downtown.
Okay.
So, you know, a
So in that
densely
case,
populated area.
Bill's probably gonna stick to the streets then, because he doesn't know this area as well.
Okay.
Condor would just find a place where he's out of sight from anyone, so he could take his suit off. And once he's in his civvies, he would just start walking down the sidewalk using his unassuming trait to just blend into regular people.
Yeah, I would assume like everybody's just trying to find like cover to dip into to unmagic girl out of their shit. Okay.
I'm stuck with wherever Muscle Man's taking me.
Well, I would assume like the group is sort of like sticking it together unless anybody is intentionally breaking off from one another.
I was gonna say, my suit is a hoodie.
No, you were given a suit. You were given a new
You were
suit.
given a suit.
Yeah, my suit has a hoodie.
The hoodie is my suit, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine is my suit's just just a hoodie. It says champion on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So who is breaking from the group? Who's splitting the group? I need to know. And who is sticking with everybody as safety in numbers?
Frankie is sticking with Gemma, who is probably sticking with Paige, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm currently
Who's with-
on.
Which Max is holding her.
Max is pretty
Yeah,
much
Max
like
is holding.
Max is like double arm carrying both Paige and
I-
Frankie.
Still like holding on to Paige physically as I'm trying to get her to snap out of it while trying to hold back the urge to vomit. Because she's just sickened by what just happened.
Yeah.
Bill is absolutely just gonna try and blend in with the crowd and make his way
Okay.
out.
So Bill's sort of like splitting off. Okay. What
Yeah.
about Louis and Condor? You guys sticking with the group or are you going your own ways?
I want to stick with the group, but be separate from the group, because a senator draws a lot of attention, and I don't want that attention. So I'm like 20 feet behind the group, but still with them technically.
Oh, so pretty much they duck around a corner. You duck around the corner a little bit later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about Louis?
God, I'm deciding. Fuck. So outside there are no specters currently, correct?
No specters that you can see. No. It looks like the specters that arrived were the ones that were in those cars. which is why you guys are given sort of like a clean break right now, because it doesn't look like anybody of authority or anybody with some sort of power to stop you is out on the street. And
All right,
because the
then I will-
skeleton was just hucked at them, they have other things to do.
Then I will stick with the group.
Okay. So everyone begins huffing
let
it
them yell out
huffing
for
it
it.
down the street. At one point in time, Bill, you go off by yourself. You sort of see like a crowd of people, and you sort of just dip into the crowd waiting for the bus stop. And like as soon as you feel like the coast is clear, the hoodie comes down and everything, you jump on the city bus and just ride it wherever it's going.
It's like that scene from the Jack Reacher movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just-
Just pulls the hat down, crosses the street. Yeah. The rest of
That was a
you,
great scene.
the rest of you continue on, kind of like spread out, but still following, the giant carrying Paige and Gemma as he ducks down an alleyway, and like everybody ducks down, and it's like you feel like you're in a good spot to where you can catch your breath for a moment, be able to like plan what's next, get out of your suits, but something is wrong. Something
Like, yeah, we
is
just turned a guy into a skeleton.
very wrong. Your body, it feels numb. Like
Whose body?
all of yours.
Rojan, I'd like to send you something that we had previously discussed.
It's been a while since we played them.
Yeah. Even with that, you
I mean, I'd like to roll. I'm just saying.
go ahead and give me a power roll.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a power roll. See what you can do.
Do I get any form of anything due to that?
That is just something that allows you to have this power to stave something off. So you can roll me the 3d6.
All right.
The rest of you
I get to roll.
Is the numbness
Feel-
localized or is it all over at
all
once?
over as you feel your muscles just go dead as all of you just collapse. You're fully aware of what's going on. You can breathe and everything. You can't move. Like a strong paralytic has just taken over your nervous system.
So 2 out of 3, boss.
2 out of 3. It's rough. Like you can withstand it more than anyone else, but the nanomachines work overtime trying to lessen it, but you are still in a hampered state. Like
Makes sense.
Like you can like honestly feel the heat building up in your body as the nanomachines are trying to purge this toxin from your body, but it keeps coming. It's like you're standing right in the middle of a gas grenade.
Makes sense.
Us?
Gee, I wonder
I
what
think
that
he
gas
would.
grenade is.
I think he would drop you at like once it kicks in and once like the paralytic starts taking over everybody, he just drops you guys because he can't hold on anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's not completely paralyzed. He just has hindered movement.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is just pretty much at the moment dead on the ground.
We can't speak or anything either.
No, you can't speak. You can't make noise. You got hit with a very strong neurotoxin.
What am I capable of doing, if anything at all?
Stumbling around like a drunk. Like any sort of labor, any sort of movement that you try to do is a forced labor. It takes all of your strength, all of your focus just to move your legs.
What I'm hearing is basically the only thing I am able to do right now is just get away from what's happening, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, then that's what we're going to do if that's the only thing we can do.
Okay.
I don't see this paralytic cloud, correct?
You don't know.
I think
It's about
while that's happening,
okay.
Paige, still not all there, goes back to the position she was before. She actually sits up and is back on her knees, just kind of staring in the distance while everyone is kind of just laying around her.
Minus Max, who's drunkenly, stumbling away, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can I potentially do something that might be kind of stupid?
It depends, because you are technically paralyzed.
Yeah. Given that neural pathways in the body use electricity, can I see if I can jumpstart a couple of them to just... All she wants to do is crawl towards Paige if she can manage to jumpstart it enough to do that.
I'm gonna say no, because
Okay.
this wasn't something you could prepare for. This was like an oh shit, what happened type moment, and you being like on the ground, you can't control anything about your body.
Okay, including that. Okay.
Including tapping into your power.
That's fair. That's fair.
I need to make a roll.
Just had to ask.
Meanwhile, Bill, where are you taking the bus?
Hi, Bill.
I got no real worries.
Take it to a random stop.
Yeah, I'll just take it until maybe I see some more some stuff I'm more familiar with.
Okay.
In the meantime, what I will also go ahead and do is he's going to take out his phone,
Okay.
and he's going to call the home office.
The home office?
The Nest, or no, not the Nest. No, that's the name of the video store.
Dorms.
Our home base.
The dorms. Home base.
Oh,
the dorms.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you punch in the number from Masterson Industries, and it rings a couple times, and finally connects, and the person on the other line says, "Masterson Industries, how can I direct your call?"
Oh God, I have to try and remember people's names. Oh, okay. Yeah. By any chance, is Bradley in?
Bradley, do you have a last name?
I don't have a last name. He's a younger gentleman, works on one of the top floors.
Oh, Mr. Masterson. One moment. You get put on with like some really generic brand pause music. Like,
Oh my God.
like the really bad horn that is like way too close to the microphone, and it sort of peaks every now and then. But then, probably about a minute goes by. Other end of the phone picks up. Bradley Masterson.
Hey there, Bradley. It's William. We talked earlier today.
Yeah. What are you doing calling me on the company line?
You know what? I thought this might just be the best way to get in contact with you at the moment.
Oh God, tell me something didn't happen.
Something didn't not happen. What I'm now I don't need any help, but I would, if you can help find some mutual friends of ours. Make sure they get home safely. I know it's getting late.
You have anything to do with the skeleton attack in the mall?
Oh, we don't.
I got reports coming. I got reports coming on in that there was a skeleton that was attacking Spectre.
Oh, good. So he did go ahead and clean that mess up. Yeah, no, that wasn't directly our fault, but we may have been in the vicinity.
Do you need an extraction as well?
Nah, I'm fine. I'm safe. I know my way around.
All right, make it back here as soon as possible. We'll get the others.
Will do, friendo. I appreciate you.
Yep. Like, as he hangs up,
And he hangs up.
you just ride the bus as far as you want. Back
Yep.
in the alleyway, Paige, you're sort of sitting there, sort of traumatized as to what happened as you turned a living being into a charred skeleton. And now you're sitting there and you're like, your friends are all just laying in like a very still state on the ground, their eyes wide with confusion as they're looking around.
I mean, she still can move. Every so often, she just kind of moves her head around, looking around. I rolled another roll to see if she snaps out of it. She doesn't. So
Take another 2
she's
stress
still, yeah.
as you keep
Yeah.
pumping out this neurotoxin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how far do I get and how fast does this clear from my system as I'm clearing the area?
As you clear the area, you know, your nanomachines can begin working, but it's going to take some time for them to clear the toxin out.
Mhm.
This isn't like normally when you deal with Paige when she gets a bit emotional or can't handle, you know, what's going on. This is a whole nother level. Somebody set off a warhead. So like your nanomachines aren't necessarily used to this kind of work or abuse. So it's going to take some time. Though I will say if you want to take about 2 stress, I'll let you roll again to see like if they can clear any more.
Let me see how stressed I already am, and we'll go for it. The previous attempt did take some stress, add some stress onto me as well, correct?
Yes, because it was working overtime.
Was 1 or 2 that you had me go for? I don't. Okay,
One.
just the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take 2 more.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's do that. So 3 more dice, you said?
3 more dice.
3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only 1 this time.
Okay, it's taking it's like you can feel it working, but there's going to be it's going to take a bit more time.
Of course. Am I functional enough to place a phone call?
You are not.
Okay. So I'm able to drunkenly walk away, but no, not able to use my phone or anything.
Like you are struggling to walk. Basic motor functions are not really a thing at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay. We're gonna keep trying to walk around the corner or something, or stumble into a building or some other place where we can get some measure of cover. And that'll be it for now.
Oh, I just got sent a link by my mom saying we'll probably hear a sonic boom around 10:45.
Oh?
SpaceX has one of its capsules re-entering orbit.
Oh.
In one
That's
piece?
kind of cool.
I mean, it's set to splash down off of Oceanside, but it's like, yeah, we'll hear the sonic boom. Maybe.
That's really cool.
I miss real shuttle launches and living anywhere near Cape Canaveral. Oh, it was so rad. I could look across the street right between the houses across the way. It was right where the shuttle launched.
That's so cool.
That's like really cool.
So as of right now, no one can do anything.
Yeah, as of right now, nobody can do anything as Paige is just like sitting there, still zoning out. Her emotional state is just wrecked.
Just play the hold music while we wait for Brad to come save us.
And then
we can't access the powers at all, correct?
Yeah, you can't access anything. Your entire body is just paralyzed. Because
Let me
while
know
like
if I'd be allowed to roll again.
Max like walked away and kind of slumped, everybody else is still close enough to Paige that they're still like in the effect zone of it.
Let me know when I would try to roll again to see if I slowly snap out of it.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it to you if you want to try to. If you're gonna try to snap out of it again, you're gonna take another 2.
Yeah, I would definitely say probably several more minutes would go by again before she would start moving again and looking around, realizing the bodies again. Rolling a lot of 6 and 1s. Yeah, I got 1.
Okay.
I've just been rolling grit this whole time. I
Yeah.
feel like grit's appropriate for it.
So
yeah, I got 1 success.
1 success. You begin to calm down. Like you're beginning to return to reality. And as like you
Snap
begin
back to reality.
you begin to look like around at your
Whoop, there
friends and
goes
stuff
gravity.
who is, god damn it, who are all just on the ground paralyzed. You begin to see like a little electrical current forming over everybody as one by one you're teleported into the dorm. On the floor, just laying there like fish.
Goldfish.
At least you can wiggle your fingers now. Probably, maybe.
As everybody is like pulled back in minus Bill, and Max is off a ways from like a little ways away from you guys. As Brad comes over, he's like, oh, Jesus. All right, you, and he kind of like takes Paige, and he like hands her hand over to Amelia. Get her in one of the treatment rooms. All right, who wants shots? As he walks by and just hits every one of you with like a hypo syringe.
Oh, that shot. Oh, God.
As
Shot,
I was thinking shots.
no,
I was like, y'all had a day.
as like you're all
Might
hit
goes there.
with something to counteract the neurotoxins. As slowly but surely you begin to regain control of your body.
I prefer fireball.
I feel sick.
Yeah, he's like, Brad nods like, yeah, that nausea's gonna be a bitch for a little bit, but should be fine.
Oh, this is the worst.
He's sort of
Frankie
like,
just kind of like curls into a ball.
Max will refuse the shot, by the way.
he's like, you sure? Quick
Yeah.
fix.
Oh, all good.
Yeah, okay, suit
Oh.
yourself.
Jim was feeling quite queasy before the shot. I think with the combination of the shot, if we can start to move, she's just gonna start moving for the bathroom. She's just like,
Bill shows up with tacos.
Oh,
Ew.
tacos.
He just got like a giant like 100 taco box or something. He stopped by like Metro Taco.
Yeah, like, oh, I didn't know if you guys were gonna be hungry, so I hit up the Bueno Nacho. So
There you go, Bueno Nacho. I like it.
I love it. It's canon.
I'll take some of those.
It's like Brad like kneels down next to Frank. He's like, "Hey, you good? Oh, come on, let's get you off the floor. I mean, this isn't a safe place for you to be."
Okay, yeah, she's able to move. I had a roll because she rolled a 1 before when I was seeing if like how her stomach handles the neurotoxin and all that stuff, and it's yeah, no, she rolled a 6, so yeah, she's good to move. And
He kind of like helps you over to the couch.
so yeah, a lot of stuff happened, and Spectre showed up at the mall.
Yeah, I was hearing. I hacked into their communications, and they're fighting a skeleton.
We originally were fighting the skeleton.
You were fighting a skeleton.
He wasn't a skeleton at the time.
I see.
It was like more like Venom. He was a guy covered in like black goop, and we pinned it. He said something about a deal going on, and with he called I almost said Max. He
You
called.
you didn't hear the name Warren though.
Oh, I
You
didn't.
no,
Oh, okay.
you were already
Yeah.
gone when he yelled that.
Oh, well then.
The
Never
only
only a couple
the
people.
only two that heard it were Bill and Condor.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because I pieced out early. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, he was talking about, it wasn't part of the deal, and we managed to pin him, and we tried to get the goop off of him, but it didn't work out, and oh god. And she just kind of like stops. She's like, and he turned into the skeleton, and we left. They were fighting it?
Yeah, the radio was full of chatter saying that they were under attack by a giant skeleton.
Giant skeleton.
Look, I don't know what a giant skeleton is, but yeah, a skeleton.
We're all in the same living room, minus the people who had the upchuck, correct?
Yeah.
Louis, like through coughing nausea, is gonna go. It was Terry.
Terry, wait, the dude you guys had downstairs? He turned into a skeleton?
No, Spectre did something to him.
Oh, Matt, I think like we're all skeletons on the inside.
Well, yeah, but usually our skeletons stay on the inside.
Not always, man.
Condor, eat your tacos.
Okay.
right.
He
Um,
like he turned into some sort of pod person. Something took over his original body and copied him.
He kind of looks like Condor's movie nights are coming to life or something.
Yeah,
That's
it
like a
is
horror movie.
very
it's very
pod
much John
person.
Carpenter's The Thing. That being said, does the name Warren mean anything to you?
Warren. Can't say I know any Warren personally. I mean, there's Senator Warren, but he's like a big shot Southern senator.
Huh.
But he is one of the heads of Spectre. Well, he's one who's been championing Spectre taking over like the police force side of anything regarding metahumans.
Hmm. The Thing kept saying, well, he started off by saying, we had a deal, which I don't remember making a deal with some kind of toothy goo monster. So I shot him.
Shot him, missed.
But then I hit him. But then when we were leaving, he said something about this wasn't part of the deal, Warren.
That's weird. That is weird.
No.
Hey, Max, you don't think Senator Warren would actually be involved in anything like that, do you?
Max just kind of groggily looks up at Bradley here. I'd like to maybe spend another 2 stress to continue processing the garbage.
I would say at this point in time, the garbage has been processed out of all of you. So you should be fine to move without having to take the stress.
Yeah, I don't want to see what happens if Max hits the 5 stress. Please don't.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna say things happen. All right.
What's your vice? America.
Oil fields. Oh no.
Oil? That shit is mine.
Right. Why have 3 more countries been annexed to America? Don't ask. I got stressed. No. So Yeah, when you ask that, provided this has already been processed out of my system, we're gonna look up. Probably still looking like we had one hell of a night on the town though. Um, and answer Bradley something along the lines of, "Wouldn't surprise me if he did," which is as close to as saying yes, he definitely fucking would. But we're politicians; we would never directly say that. So we'd say, "Wouldn't surprise me if he did."
I'll say it.
Which is as
Yeah,
close to Max
it
would
makes
say, "Fuck yes, he would."
it makes perfect sense that he would create a problem that he would then fix so that he looks like a hero.
And Max at that point would look towards Laserface and quite clearly add, actually, he would cause a problem to make us look like the bad guys so he could then fix us, to be direct.
Hmm.
Create a problem that makes us look like a problem so he can then fix everything in one shot and get rid of what he doesn't like at the same time. He's that kind of rat. That being said, where is Paige right now? I know she's with Amelia, but are they still in this room or have they moved
No.
moved somewhere else?
So
I know you mentioned it really quickly earlier.
So,
I just don't remember the exact room you said she went to.
you don't know which room. He just said get her to a room. And with that, Paige, Amelia sort of leads you into one of the examination rooms. She sits you down and she's sort of just like sort of lightly like tapping your face. She's like, hey, come on, get back to us.
Where am I?
We're back. You're back at the dorm. Everything is okay. We were able to retrieve you.
What happened?
I was about to ask you this.
What happened at the mall?
Babe, I don't know. You just showed up. Brad said that you guys were in trouble, that we were bringing you back. The camera died.
Camera died? No.
Oh, that was Cass's camera.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just said that you were in trouble. We were bringing you back. I don't know about the mall. I don't know about what happened there. But you and everyone else are safe and sound. Bill brought tacos.
Okay. She then kind of like grasps what's happening. Or just kind of like her brain starts to catch up a little bit. And I think it would be at this moment she just breaks down and just hugs Amelia and just lets it out.
And she kind of just like holds you and like just like pats your back. Like, what happened?
I don't know if it was that guy Terry that we, and of course she's sobbing the whole time as she's doing this. She says, that guy Terry that we were interrogating, he turned into some weird chemically enhanced human that had this goo that just shimmered all over his body, and it kept adjusting and mutating to resist everything we did. So we tried to subdue him, and again he kept mutating and adjusting to it. So we tried some things that were a little harder to have him be slower to adjust to, and so Gemma had this really good idea, and we did it, and it burned him, it killed him, and then everything just went black. I don't know. I think I did it again.
No, it sounds like you did what you needed to.
I didn't want to kill him though.
You may have not wanted to kill him. I understand that, but he was a danger to you. He was a danger to everyone else. You did what you could do to subdue him. You wouldn't know what you did was going to have that effect. I don't think any of you guys fight goo monsters on the regular.
No, but he seemed like an okay guy. When I interrogated him, he just was misguided and manipulated by Spectre, and I was trying to help him, but when I saw the goo, it reminded me of what fell off his body, so I think it happened before we interrogated him. Said he made a deal. I don't know. But I didn't want that to happen. And now this is why we need to finish getting that cure going, because
Paige, it wasn't your
I hurt
fault.
my friends. I hurt my companions.
They're fine. Nobody's hurt.
For now.
And she kind of like
Remember?
she kind of like pulls you back, and she's got like her hands like on the side of her face. She's like, "You're fine. They're fine." It gives me an idea of modifications I could make to the suits.
It's like what?
Sort of like your breathing mask. I can probably incorporate that into everybody's suits. Some sort of filtration unit to help guide any negative toxins.
Okay. It's a start.
This isn't the end of the world. You just have to work on things. It was a very traumatic experience. You thought you killed a guy. Maybe you did kill a guy. Maybe he did die. Maybe it was caused by something other than what you guys were doing. I mean, you said he mutated. Maybe his heart couldn't take it, or his body just turned into a skeleton.
I don't know. Just felt like I played a part into it, and I don't ever want to kill people. I've done enough harm to people. Yes, there's times where I've like corroded and hurt and whatnot, but I've never killed, at least not in a long time. 'Cause that's not who I am, and that's not what I want.
You're not a murderer. Your intention wasn't to kill somebody. You were trying to subdue him. Again, he was mutating. Who knows what was going on in that body of his? It sounds like he was just completely unstable. And you and I know very well what happens with unstable chemical reactions.
Yeah.
Could have just been that. His body couldn't take the stress of fighting all of you and maintaining like its chemical structure, and it just shut down.
Maybe.
Look, things will be okay. I think the best thing that we can do, go out with everybody else, relax, some tacos, maybe a couple shots of tequila, and just relax.
Oh shit, my car. I need my car. All of our shopping stuff is in there. Her dress is in there that we got that was really pretty, and some makeup supplies.
We can get somebody
for
to
her
the car.
date.
We can get somebody to the car. Don't worry. It's in the parking structure. They don't tow there.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
I'll send somebody out to go pick up your car.
Okay.
You just focus on you. Focus on tacos and tequila.
But it's only Friday.
So?
Fuck it, it's Tuesday now.
I was gonna say it's not Taco Tuesday.
Sorry.
Look, any day is Taco Tuesday.
I think she's gonna finally just like dry her eyes and calm down. Probably like find a sink to just kind of splash water on her face and give Amelia another hug. It's like, thank you so much.
Hey,
I
I'm here.
appreciate it.
Hey, we're besties. What am I gonna do? Just leave you laying in a puddle?
You're one of the few that don't. That's why I love you.
I'm
Thanks,
here
Mouse.
for. Hey, you saved my life. Literally.
To be fair, I thought you were dead.
Well, I was.
I mean, you were.
Now I'm only temporarily a ghost. So, there's that.
Oh, you're my Casper. Just kind of tries to smile. She cracks the joke.
I want more of their background.
And she's
Money
like,
goes, get your own.
Casper with the drinking problem. Yeah, I could see it.
Mm.
All right, let's go. I need some tequila myself. And she's gonna like lead you back into like the main part of the dormitory. Everybody's sort of like getting over the wooziness of the neurotoxins. Gemma, you probably come back after like puking your guts up.
No, she needs some time. She's sitting in that bathroom because unfortunately the same thought went through her head as it went through Paige's. We just fucking killed this guy.
Okay.
So she's just gonna be in the fetal position sitting in the bathroom for a while.
So those of you who are in the main part of the dormitory, you're gonna have some tacos or not, that is up to you. But slowly but surely, like you regain like your full composure. When Dr. Masterson comes into the dorm with like a very
Doctor.
almost like panicked look on his face as he walks over and he like knocks over like a couple like the movie cases that are like on thing on the like the little end table so he can grab the remote.
Whoa, careful.
Sorry, this is important. And he presses a button. He changes to a news. He changes to a news channel, and you see a helicopter like overhead of the mall.
No.
And it's like just running headlines across the thing. Meta terrorist attack. Multiple Spectre agents wounded.
Oh God.
And as he like unmutes it, it's like in mid sentence. That's right, folks. As you heard it here, there was a series of metahumans who have descended upon the mall, the downtown metro mall today, and engaged in some territorial warfare with one another. Vast majority of these individuals escaped, save for one, a large skeleton-like individual who seemingly turned into goo at times, if I'm reading this report correctly. Yes, I'm getting confirmation it was a skeleton ooze. I'm sorry, I need to take a moment to take this in. Told me it was going to be a weird story. Reports are.
Paige will look at Gemma and
Gemma's in the bathroom.
Like, oh,
Gemma's in the bathroom, still like freaking out that she killed a guy.
Gotcha. Okay, so Gemma's or not Gemma. Paige. I know who I am. Paige will just kind of say under her breath, saying like, "Is he alive?"
As
They
the
said that
report
they found a
continues
skeleton.
on, and it's like 4 Spectre agents were critically injured in the assault, but they were able to subdue the individual and take it into custody. Those who escaped are, I don't believe it, those who are escaped are being described as the members of the Vigilant 6 and a unknown individual who looked like
Wore a
a
hoodie.
random street hobo.
Ah.
As like like on the screen takes over, and it's like a bunch of professionally drawn pictures of the Vigilant Six, as you guys have been in the newspaper before, and then it gets to like Bill's picture, and it just looks like the Unabomber with like a pair of like ski goggles and a hood over his head.
Nice.
Yeah, that tracks.
Spectre is asking for any information on the whereabouts of the members of the Vigilant Six to be called into the number on your screens now. A $50,000 reward is being offered for the capture of each member. And
Oh no.
Dr. Masterson turns the TV off.
I wonder if we could flood that number with all false tips.
And he turns around and is like, we're already doing that.
Hell yeah.
What the hell happened?
He didn't attack any of the specters. Not at all.
No, we didn't attack them at all. We were on a shopping trip.
No, I'm not asking as I'm disappointed in all of you. I'm asking what the hell happened. I'm only getting secondhand information from the news here, and it sounds like you tussled with something in the mall.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, this guy covered in goop.
Spectre
Like
has
Venom
something that
showed up.
turns people into like goo copies. It's like a pod person. It takes over their original body and then like makes some sort of black goop copy.
Have any proof of this? Anything?
They probably
Yes.
there was
Down
his
at Bradley's
body.
lab.
And Brad's like, what?
The piece of him that fell off, the little worm thing,
Oh,
that was from him.
Yeah, the angry worm.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to put it in a different container. It started to eat through the glass. Like,
Yeah, that checks.
changed its composition and began to melt through the glass itself. I had to put it into something a little stronger.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
he's still down there.
exactly what it was.
It's still down there.
Because
More angry and loud.
we tried to subdue him, and the goop kept changing properties, so we couldn't like get it away from his body.
So it sounds like one of its capabilities is adaptation.
Apparently, so is death.
Oh yeah, it was like getting back up as we were leaving.
Oh yeah, Bill, what did you say? It was yelling something about Senator Warren?
Oh yeah.
What?
It said this wasn't part of the deal, Warren.
Getting more aggressive.
And Amelia looks over. It's like, yeah, we are totally gonna have to kidnap his ass during the during Fashion Week.
Wait,
During this
now
time,
we're kidnapping him?
Frankie texts Gemma saying, "We didn't kill him. He's still alive. Come out here."
It's totally cool. He has the ability to not die.
It's totally
Yeah.
cool. He's naturally a skeleton.
He's immortal. That's fine.
Aren't we all?
It doesn't
Naturally a skeleton, not immortal.
Condor's just like really confused at like the philosophical end of this. It's like, but we're all
He's like-
skeletons at heart.
We're all skeletons at the inside. Throwing a dead man's party. But
I swear, there are some moments you remind me of Caduceus from Critical Role. Just the whole, like, just things like that where it's like, yeah. That's true. He's like, you drink dead people tea? Oh, don't we all just turn into tea? Huh?
Oh look, tacos.
Erosion, I'm gonna like whip out my like my portable mini computer and start hacking into the mall CCTV to see if
That's something that's alarming. You go to hack into the CCTV of the mall and it's not there. It has
like
been
the
The full fight?
it's been taken offline. Like there is no connection whatsoever. You know it should be there. You've hacked into the mall CCTV a couple times, but it's just it doesn't exist.
Guys, this is bad. The mall's CCTV, its entire connection to the web is gone. Like someone took it offline.
Spectre probably
Spectre.
did that.
This fast?
Yeah.
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 I mean, if Senator
They
Warren's
probably
behind it,
have-
they've got government funding. They most definitely have government tech and government agents on their side.
If Gemma does not respond to Frankie's text, she gets up and like knocks on the bathroom door.
Oh, I was just waiting for a break and everything. Gemma will
Oh, okay.
slowly come back out and join everyone. She's still looking a little worse for wear, but then she's watching the TV and read it for a while before she'll speak up and be like, if we had untraceable computers to post with, we could always start an anti-campaign that says that it's a made-up, well, maybe not maybe made-up story, but a problem that Spectre released on their own. But they lost someone in captivity, and that's the reason this happened.
It sounds weird. Dr. Masterson like turns and looks at you. But I've put together a team for counter propaganda. Such a thing.
Rumors spread fast.
Rumors do spread
People are
fast.
more likely to believe that something's a conspiracy than they are to believe that something just turned suddenly.
Yes, we are.
We should have enough of a reputation to hold that by for us for a moment.
Yeah, I have our social media team working hand over fist to make sure that's
You know who would be
anything is
really useful right now? That guy that used to be on the radio all the time.
Yes, our homie.
Talked all the
Oh my God, our
good
homie.
stuff about those superhero people.
and
That
Brad
guy
love
would be
him.
great to have on our
Brad's like,
side.
He might be
wait,
back from vacation.
wait, are you talking about Metro Johnny Jordan?
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
one.
You know,
Where'd he go? He vacationed somewhere. Hold on,
He's
where
like-
is he?
He's to like
It-
Cabo or something.
he's like, hold on a
Something like
second,
that.
and he pulls out his phone. He goes to a website. And he's like, well, according to the Johnny tracker, he's currently in Aruba.
Johnny Tracker?
And he like turns the phone around, and it's like this completely like personalized social media page for Johnny Jordan. That's called the Johnny Tracker. There's a map and everything that shows like where he's currently at. There's pictures of him like sitting on beaches and drinking like drinks out of coconuts and everything, and just having the time of his life. Yeah, it looks like he's in Aruba at the moment.
You gotta give the man props for his willingness to go for his fans. Put it that way.
Yeah, I always liked that guy. I really wish I could have met the people he was always talking about. They sounded great.
And he looks up, like Bradley looks at his father. He's like, I don't know, Pop. They got a point. If we can get a Johnny Jordan on the payroll and start like bolstering news about the group, we can get a decent counter campaign going.
As much as I hate that guy, this is
You-
not a bad idea.
You want us to grab him?
Grab is a very
Look, I've got his
You do kidnap
subtle
people.
term.
I've got his, as I'm waving my my beard comb.
Beard comb.
I've got solid coordinates right here. I can easily whisk him into the dorm in 2 seconds.
I think that needs to be more of a discussion with him first.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to help when they get kidnapped.
Especially because
Yeah.
the reason why he's in Aruba is because Spectre, was it Spectre or people were after him?
Oh no, his
Yeah.
no, he scrolls through and he's like, see, the post here said he's been cleared of all charges, but he's going to take some time to recharge his batteries. Much love to the Vigilant 6. stay tuned. Johnny Jordan will be back on the air shortly. And then it's just like he went to Japan, he went to London, and now he's in Aruba.
Why don't we do this? Drop at least one of us off there in suit, and we can see if we can convince him to help us. He might answer the call from the Vigilant Six.
And Anthony
Oh,
would
you know
love
damn
to meet
well he'll
him.
say yes if
That would be
A member of the V6 shows up.
and you know,
Saying we need your help.
I got the
I got
perfect person to do it. Yeah, he is a giant Stephen Strong fanboy.
hate this, but I'll do it.
You just have to convince him to come help us. I think that's in your wheelhouse.
Did Max just say, all right, I'll do it?
Max said, "All right, I'll do it," and then said, "I hate this, but I'll do it." Yes, that was in
Oh.
character.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Plan here. I can send Max over, but why don't y'all take the night to rest? You know, you did just get out of a very strenuous situation. I don't want to be whisking you across the world and you not be in your A game there, Max.
We could do that tomorrow morning.
The sooner the better, but he's right. You need to be on your. You need to be on top of your game. Make sure we can convince him.
And he like looks over to Frankie. He's like, "Still good about the date tonight, or do you want to move it to another night? Because
Oh,
you guys
fuck, I
kind of
forgot about that.
got kind of put through the ringer." I mean, I'm game if you're game.
Right.
Like, I was here in the lab looking at the creepy worm. It's no stress on my part.
Tomorrow.
I think the date is just what I need right now. Distraction.
Cool.
My car. Looks to Amelia, see if it's been picked up since time has passed.
She's like, "Yes, it's on its way.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. Your baby's fine."
Okay. Your dress and makeup's on its way.
Okay, I'm gonna go shower because it's probably around like what time? 4 o'clock.
It's mid-afternoonish,
We spent
yeah.
a good. Yeah, we
Yeah,
spent
the
a
three of-
good
like-
chunk. Because I'm trying to remember, we did have a somewhat belated lunch.
Yeah.
By the time we did it, it was like roughly like 2:30 when we were just like, oh, let's have some lunch, and that's when the shit went down. So
Yeah, it's about
still
like
kinda
4
early.
4:30.
I'm gonna start getting ready and stuff. And she just like nods and like walks. She's like, I don't know how to exit with that.
You're like, and this is awkward, but I'm walking away now.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, usually I'm totally cool about everything, but you make me nervous, so I'm gonna go.
You're like, "Okay, cool." And he like walks over and he grabs a taco.
She grabs the taco when she leaves.
I'm dumb. I had to look up where Aruba was. It's like, I don't know where it is.
It's on
Where
Earth.
is it?
It's
BG.
Venezuela, right?
Ah, near Venezuela. Okay, I knew it was a beach
it's
thing.
right next to Venezuela. It's an island right off of Venezuela.
Ooh, okay.
I honestly didn't know where it was. I thought it was like Bahamas somewhere, and I was like, nope, more south of that.
I am terrible at geography, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Everything that it would, I thought that Aruba would be near Mexico, like near Mexico somehow.
I mean,
Ish.
wrong. Ish.
So
Ish. Still in the Caribbean.
Brad's like, "Okay, so let me get this right. Got your heist. You got the Fashion Week heist planned out, right? Frankie and her crew are performing music. Paige, you're walking the catwalk. Max is being a senator. The rest of you all are posing as security.
Roadies.
I'm a roadie.
Roadies.
Roadies.
That's what it was. Roadies. Yeah.
Not groupies, roadies.
Roadies.
I am showing off horrendous fashion.
And I will be attempting to manage bands and the roadies together. Same time.
I'm sorry for your pain, Paige.
That was terrible, terrible outfit.
As you get a ping on your phone, Paige, and it's your manager.
Oh no. Uh-huh.
And it's just like, he sends you a picture of like this horrible like cow print leather vest and chaps and like a hat, and he says it just got worse.
Are the chaps
Oh.
also cow print?
Everything is cow print.
Oh.
Moo.
Please tell me they're not assless though. Please. Please.
He's like,
She says that. She texts that.
he's like, you're gonna be wearing jeans.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay.
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
She's
But-
like, this is still bad.
I'm waiting
as
for the
long as
tassel
they are my
cases.
size. Because
And
that
like,
was the problem. It wasn't her measurements.
he sends you a picture of like the jeans, and you look at it, and these like, even from your sight line, these look like the tightest, most uncomfortable jeans that you have ever seen. Like cutting off circulation.
Like she's gonna have to rub herself in butter just to get in them. Got it.
I just secrete butter from my own body. Just flip on it. It'd be oil.
Maybe you can like
Oil.
wash them and then dry them on like a mannequin that's like slightly larger than you to try to like stretch them.
As Paige, I don't know how to tell you this. She's 10.
Oh Lord.
Is she adopted?
He's like, I don't know.
Or is this his daughter?
I inquired about her credentials and got a response that she is a 10-year-old girl who is interested in making a break into fashion. Senator Warren pulled some strings in order to get her debuted into Fashion Week. Something isn't right.
I was like, he is a mid to late 40-year-old man. How does he have a 10-year-old sister?
Adoption?
Ain't right.
It's like, I have no
Math
clue.
ain't mathin'.
That's all you get. I have no clue.
Look. I'm just going to say he's from Kentucky. Play the banjo. And I'm kidding.
He's just from Kentucky.
Are you saying it's a daughter sister?
It's a daughter sister.
I hate it here.
Don't lie.
I'm just gonna talk all the shit about him because
Yeah, she's gonna immediately show the text thread to Amelia, and she's like, something ain't right here. Something is not adding up.
this
She's
ain't
like,
natural.
Wait, what's
Well,
her?
it's Kentucky. It's
And she opens up her own laptop and like, what's her name?
give me a second.
Quick, Zoro, pull it up in your notes.
I have it in my notes. Nope.
I'd
I'm
like to
gonna-
apologize for my outburst. Evie just stretched and is being super cute, so I just kind of squeaked.
I didn't hear a
I
squeak.
didn't hear it.
Terror Bros.
Yeah, the mic muted you.
Good.
Terror Bros. Mary Warren.
Mary Warren.
If that's her real name.
She does a search. It's like she starts like going through pages. It's like, this is fake.
Mm.
It's like she's like going through like different records. Like all of these are forgeries. Mary Warren doesn't exist.
So why is he making up something for me of all people?
Like,
What is he trying to use as a cover for this? Am
See-
I the distraction for him?
as she begins to like go through something, she's, give me a second. She like punches it. She punches the information that she has into like her own little algorithm and starts running. No, this isn't right. So it says here that Mary Warren was the name of Senator Warren's first daughter. She died 5 years ago.
It is a daughter, sister. I'm so glad you said daughter. I was like,
Daughter.
no, the dog was named Indiana.
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning too close to the mic again. Yeah, his
How
daughter.
did she die? And how old was she when she died?
That wasn't released. She was 10.
How?
Those records are
Does it say?
expunged.
Why is he making this up? Bringing back his own flesh and blood in some sort of ruse for the fashion show. What is he has something planned for the fashion show. I doubt he knows about me, but I think he's using me as a distraction for something bigger.
I don't know. I mean, it would explain why the measurements are wrong. The clothes look tacky. Paige, something isn't right. You can't go to this thing.
We still have a few days. I could try to ask him to meet his sister in person and see what he comes up with.
Are you sure that's smart? Look, we all thought, well, you and I thought the man was a flat out creeper. But after today, he's more than that. He's actually dangerous.
Okay.
And he is obsessed with you.
I know, but if we can use that to our advantage, we could see what else he's planning. It's not a vast amount, but I'm getting some decent intel. For Pete's sake, he didn't even hide the man in the invisible suit that was being worn to approach me. Usually that stuff is discreet and secretive. The guy just showed up showing, oh yeah, this is my invisible suit. He's giving me intel without even realizing it.
What
We
if
can play
there's
this to
someone?
our advantage.
What if there's someone pulling his strings?
I could find out.
Because if he's as obsessed with you as he is, then he wouldn't be trying to do anything to harm you.
No, that's why I think I'm the distraction.
But
I don't think he's
if
using me in that
this,
sense other than distraction.
what if he doesn't know? What if someone is using him?
That's why I want to ask to see the little designer herself, which didn't know the age because that creeped me out even more that she was 10. And I still technically won't know her age. I will ask to look for the designer. Or to meet the designer.
Risky.
And probably, I would not be surprised if he found someone to say, hey, we'll buy you a pony if you pretend to be this person, or whatever bullshit they come up with. But at least it's something more.
I will just say this: that is effed up. Go buy you a pony. That's what the fuck.
I mean, he's rich. I don't know. What do rich people buy?
I mean, I presume he'd try and get someone to pose as her who was a little older to not raise suspicion.
Probably, if anything, paid off her parents with a Lamborghini.
As your
V-Bucks.
phone starts to ring, Paige,
Oh no.
and you see, and it's from Everett.
Okay. She will put on a brave face, which is not very good. But that's fine because she's on the phone. And she'll pick up and she'll be like, Senator Warren, what a lovely surprise.
Oh, Paige, dear, it is so good that I can to hear your voice. I heard that there was a little scuffle that happened down at the mall, and a couple of my people said that you were with a friend or two dress shopping down there. Just wanted to make sure that you weren't caught in that horrid ordeal.
No, no, thankfully, as soon as we heard all the commotion, we got out as soon as possible, thank goodness. But I've been watching the news. A skeleton? That seems so
That's what the boys are
science
saying,
fiction.
is they were fighting a skeleton of all things.
Interesting.
We're going into like a sci-fi creature show now. This is,
Yeah,
the other day
I
it
didn't
was
see a skeleton. It was like
people.
a gooey monster with a mouth before I ran off. It
Yeah,
was an entirely different thing, not a skeleton.
that's what we were hearing from other folk, and then our boys said it was a skeleton that was flinging goo. But we got him.
Just,
He's
you
he's
did.
he's on its way to one of the detention centers. We're gonna get to the bottom of this and find out exactly who this individual is and what changed him into a skeleton.
Oh, thank goodness. You're not harmed, are you?
Oh no, I was far away from there when it happened. I was,
Good. Good.
doing the government thing.
Good. Well, I'm glad. I'm really glad. Is there anything you need from me then, or were you just worried about little old me?
Um, Two, both reasons. I was worried about you.
Oh,
I do care deeply about you, and well, when I heard that the mall was under attack and you were seen at the mall, I worried for the worst. But I
you
was
are too sweet. Thank you so much for your concern.
was wondering if you had the evening free. There are some plans for the fashion week I wish to discuss about.
I see the whole reason why I was going to the mall is I'm helping my very dear friend on a very important date. So I don't want to bail on her, of course. Um, but I would very much be available for brunch if you are tomorrow morning.
Are you sure you can't make it tonight? There are important details we need to go over. It seems that the information that the fashion company sent over to your manager was a bit incorrect. That cow suit was not
Oh, I
what.
got different sizes.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I told him. I told him that was not something you were going to fit in, and I had already had it sent back and told Mary to go back to the drawing board and fix something that's more appropriate for you.
Oh,
So
thank you. I do
she
appreciate that.
she sent me some photos as ideas, and I wanted to get your opinion on them.
That'd be lovely. Actually, I was just thinking about that. I would love to meet the fashionista herself if she was available. I do like to make some sort of acquaintance and meet the fashion designer before the show. That way I'm familiar with their designs, new or old.
Well, you'll be able to meet her when she comes down for fashion week. She'll be here day of.
Oh, I will meet her before then.
What was that?
I'll meet her right before then.
Yes, unfortunately, school and whatnot kind of make it weird or make it hard for a 10-year-old to just pop out of class to attend a fashion show. So luckily, the fashion
10-year-old.
week show itself is, well, on a weekend.
Oh my goodness, it's Senator, you never told me you had a younger sister, or family much, really. I
I
guess you
don't
don't talk much about your family, dear.
I don't talk much about my family. I'm kind of the black sheep, but yes, I do have a younger sister. Um
I'm
Stepsister.
shocked.
A stepsister,
Oh,
actually. My father remarried, and well, 10 years ago they had a little
she's like
girl.
pointing to Amelia, like, look that shit up. I see. She's like, isn't his father like 80 or something right now? She's like, I see. Well, that makes much more sense.
So, are you sure you can't
Uh,
make it tonight?
You know, I could potentially squeeze in just a little bit of time. I know it won't be too much, unfortunately, but I could potentially squeeze just a little bit of time for you, Lord dear.
Wonderful. Would you want to meet me at the hotel bar? Discuss it over drinks.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. What time?
8 p.m.
I'll be there.
That sounds wonderful. I'll see you then, dear. And he
Of
just hangs
course.
the phone up.
I don't know if I can do this tonight. I'm not in a good place right now, guys. This is probably not smart for me to go.
This very much sounds like a trap.
Max
Ed-
is just gonna look and just flat out just say, then just don't go. Bad call.
I know,
So don't go.
but this is information we
No, there's a time and place for
have.
information. Tonight is not it. You're not in a good place, like you said yourself.
As
Bad move.
as Amelia looks at you, she's like, Paige, dear,
Mm-hmm.
his dad's been dead for 30 years. So I don't know how he had a 10-year-old stepsister.
Yeah.
This very much sounds like a trap.
Something's not right here. He had a daughter named Mary. Apparently now there's a girl who he says is his stepsister that was sired by his father, who's been dead for 30 years. Something ain't
Maybe he has
right.
dementia. Maybe he has dementia. He is old.
The dude is in his 40s.
I was gonna say, I was like, girl, I'm almost.
Gemma is in her
Don't
early
pull that
20s. 40s
shit
is
on
old,
me.
okay?
I was gonna say he's a politician. A lot of them do have dementia.
Yeah, Max.
Look, Gemma is 22. 40 is old, okay?
I would normally feel offended at that comment, but no.
They are spiraling, guys. I feel like we're gonna miss an opportunity or information needed. We're what,
No.
4 days
No.
away, 4 days away from the fashion show?
It's like,
Not
It's around the corner.
Not every opportunity needs to be
Paige?
taken.
He was
Yeah.
extremely insistent. That's a very big red flag.
That is suspicious.
I can get his information.
How?
Boy's got to sleep.
Max has a like crooked smile and says, "Hell
As
yeah!"
like she like opens up like her lab coat and she pulls out like one of those syringes that pretty much kills her when she injects.
Mm.
I can do a little bit of spooky time. Slip into his mind, see what I can find. You pull me back like you always do.
And that
Okay.
is less dangerous than what we
It's not her
usually do.
physical form. It's not her
Can't-
physical form, so he can't harm her.
Can't catch me unless somebody has the ability to punch a ghost.
Everybody just kind of slowly looks at Steven.
Can't punch a ghost.
He just grins.
I'm
He's like-
afraid of
Hey,
no
you
ghosts.
can't go. There's something very suspicious about the
She's
way
like-
he wanted to insist on meeting tonight.
I already told him yes, though.
Something came up.
So I'll go
There
with
was
it.
an
You can
emergency.
Wait a second.
Yeah, we just have you wear a wire and we like
Mm-mm.
No,
Uska,
I
thank you
said
for that
no.
raid.
Enough.
How
I also
We're
Like
about
a
having like a
tenant.
real inner crisis right now.
Right.
It's like it's really happening to me.
But like,
she's like, look,
Uh,
it's fine. Wait for it.
Part of me wonders if that's even really Warren.
Disappoint him. Tell him that something last minute came up with family that you need to attend to. Or your friend went to the hospital and now you have to go see her. I mean, I'm technically going to be dead, so you're not lying.
He might look for her at the hospital, so
I could go
try
to
and
the
buy her a cup of
hospital.
coffee.
We can get a private room. I'm very convincing. But here's the thing.
Better yet,
I can
You need to have you had a
Ghost
client
him.
that needed to meet last minute.
just ghost him. He's going to call around 8 o'clock. Just let your phone ring. And then when you talk to him in the morning, say that one of your friends had a medical emergency and in the rush, you left your phone at home. Yeah, he's going to go to bed sad. He's going to go to bed upset. He's going to go to bed alone. But the moment he sleeps, I could slip into his mind and get what I need.
Max at this point is going to nod and say, plus, if he doesn't get what he wants, you just know it's going to make him want it more.
And in his desperation, he's probably going to let more slip.
I'm not gonna lie, I already knew he was obsessed with me, but the conversation I just had with him is the first time I actually got confirmation that he's been stalking me. Because he said he heard I was at the mall.
That his people saw you.
Yeah. So.
Which worries me about saying you're at the hospital, because then his people are going to look for you at the hospital.
So we're gonna go to the hospital. I'm just going to convince the doctors that you need a place to rest. You passed out right outside of the hospital. You're unconscious. You just need a room till you recover.
Brad's like, wait, why convince the doctors? You've got 2 doctors right here.
You're
Max
going to play
nods.
doctor at a hospital and get us a room?
Dr.
He's gonna stop us.
Dr.
We have to be at a
Masterson.
hospital.
Dr. Masterson's like, do you forget that I have the ability to manipulate people's minds and memories?
Right. Not gonna lie, I was thinking of your son. Yes, that actually would work great.
Oh no, I could just play a doctor on TV. And as he says that, he splits into 2
and
people.
you have a date.
He like splits into 2 people, and the guy that's standing next to him looks like a generic carbon copy, like blonde hair, handsome, blue-eyed doctor that from like some fancy like TV soap opera.
McSteamy and McDreamy.
No.
And he's like, yeah, I can just send my duplicate over here, talk a bunch of doctor stuff. I'll still go on my date with Frankie. Everybody's taken care of. My sister can die. She can get the information. You bring her back. We all come back and we have donuts.
That's just a normal conversation for us right now.
He says it with a completely straight face, as like this is something that just happens on a daily basis.
As William's just like mid taco, but just like, the fuck?
I'm getting kind of terrified how normal that sounded. Anyone else a little worried about that? Because that sounded extremely normal.
Wait, you thought that was the weird thing? I just split into 2 guys.
No, that wasn't the weird thing. That's what alarms me. Didn't find any of that weird.
Condor turns into a giant monster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa,
None of it phases me anymore.
What? I'm just messing with you guys.
That's a nice thing to call
Brad's
him.
like,
Cryptid is very kind.
For a moment there, I thought you didn't like maintain consciousness when like Cryptid changed.
Yeah, no, sometimes I don't. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Weird.
I remember we had that conversation. Yeah.
It's like, okay, look, Dr. Me will go and do the thing, make sure nobody disturbs us while Amelia does her spooky stuff. And then I'll go on a date with Frankie. I'll have a lot of good Italian food. You know, do the date thing, whatever the date thing is. And then everyone else can do whatever they want. I mean, I don't know what you guys are going to do, but yeah, have fun.
Yeah, Max, you and I are going to need to talk when I come back. But for now, let's get to the hospital.
I'm going to go do Frankie's hair and makeup, and then I might pop home for a bit. It's been a day.
Like, oh yeah, and he kind of just like does this and he changes it into the outfit that he's going to be wearing for the date. Don't want to go in.
Is it the outfit we helped him pick out?
Yes, it is. He still remembers it. His hair is styled, clothes are clean and pressed and everything like that. Like, can't go to a restaurant in a lab coat.
Good.
Hey, Condor.
Hey.
How are you with analog research?
I'm patient.
That might be good enough. Let's go to the library.
Okay, yeah, cool. I think I still have a library card somewhere.
Now, we won't need to check anything out. We just need their archives.
Whoa, wait, you can go into the library without a card? Cool.
I fucking
Yeah,
love
you just
Condor.
can't.
Right.
You
Condor's the best.
just can't check anything out.
Oh. Yeah, let's go.
All right, and what about Max and Louis? What are your plans for the night?
Max is going to the hospital with Paige. Hell no, he's
Okay.
not leaving her alone right now.
Okay. And what about
Oh,
Louis?
do you want to come with us when you're, here's the thing. If you come with us, that's going to piss off Warren. Remember, you're rivals. He hates you.
And when she says that, Max just has a huge smile on his face and he says, "Good." And if he needs to explain, he'll just say simply, "Angry people make mistakes."
Not wrong.
Well,
Senator,
he does
maybe
also
you
know I
should-
work for you, so it would not be weird, I guess, to a certain extent. All right.
I was about to say maybe you go incognito, but I don't know how you
Oh, no.
disguise that.
I'm not going incognito. It's fine.
And what about Louis? What are your plans for the night? If you were talking, you were muted.
He pass out.
Azrin?
Who? Oh, has
Broken.
Bueller?
I love how you immediately went to you. You have a reputation.
Look, when you say as he passed out, I'm like, what? No, I just spoke.
Not the first time you passed out immediately
Right.
after, though.
Look, that's why I'm
So-
like, no, not this time.
Gemma, after you help Frankie get her makeup and hair done, you said you were going back to the apartment.
Yeah, going back to the house.
Okay.
Just gonna go find Anthony and ask him to watch a movie with her. She needs a distraction tonight.
Okay. So as you get home, or you get to the apartment, Anthony's sitting there, and just like a tank top and like sweatpants, and he's sitting there and he's playing Guitar Hero, and he's got like a piece of pizza just hanging out of his mouth as he's playing.
Guitar Hero, really?
Yes, really.
What's wrong with Guitar Hero?
It's awful.
I just heard that most musicians don't play Guitar Hero.
The small
Most being the
does.
key word there.
I don't know. Everyone that plays the actual guitar that I know also played the shit out of Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay. It must be divided then.
As
It's
like
either hell no or hell yeah.
he like
Yeah.
he like looks over at you and he like pauses the game and takes the pizza out of his mouth. I was like, "What's up?" But figured you'd be out doing the crime fighting thing tonight with my sister.
No, she has a date for one, and for two, I've kind of had enough tonight.
Whoa. Frankie's got a date?
She has a date.
Who?
I'm gonna let her tell you. It's more fun that way.
Is it somebody I would approve of, or is it somebody I hate?
I don't think you've bribed me enough to tell you that. Where's the pizza?
As he kind of points over to like the 3 pizza boxes that he has. They just got delivered. Look, I was just gonna have a night in, just playing games and watching movies and whatnot. Oh, you're free to join me.
After the day I've had, that sounds amazing.
Sweet. You want a beer or something?
Yeah, let's do a beer, and then she grabs. We probably have a second Guitar Hero guitar, so she's probably gonna pick that up and join them.
Okay. So you two spend the night, playing games and watching movies and eating a ton of pizza.
And she's refusing to answer any question about Frankie's date.
Okay.
She's gonna make a mess, Frankie.
If you
Let
have
Frankie deal with that stress.
if you have any stress, you can reduce it by 1.
Okay.
Condor and Bill, you guys were going to the library to analog research.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly are you researching?
Mary Warren.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm researching what I'm
We're
told to
looking-
research.
We're looking
Let's
at
go.
newspapers, microfilms. Like this is Bill's kind of like research expertise. It's
Just like the old school.
old analog. Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get a smarts roll from each. That's going to be the number of d6 equal to the number or equal to your smarts on your character sheet.
Had to be smart.
And we'll combine these so like your combined efforts will maybe bear more fruit.
Can I add my logic talent to this?
Yes, you can. You can most definitely add your
Hell
logic
yeah.
count to this to get an extra d6.
Three out of 6.
Nice.
Now, is this only 6s are success, like the combat stuff, or is this
Sixes
four,
are
5, and 6?
Sixes are like an immediate success. Fours and 5s are like you still will find something, but it isn't as prevalent as a 6.
Okay.
So if you've got any 4s and 5s, you can let me know on that one too.
2 5s.
2 5s. All right, so 2 5s and 3 6s. You guys, like, how long do you want to dedicate to this?
Until the library closes.
Okay, perfectly fine. I'll say that you guys probably have, by the time you get to the library, you probably have a good 3 hours before the library closes. So the 3 of you spend a good 3 hours researching Mary Warren. Are you making copies of anything that you find, like on the photocopier, or are you just
Absolutely.
okay? So I will say that while Amelia's internet search and everything did bring up some things, you find things that were not expunged from like first reportings in newspapers and articles that were written previously. Mary Warren was actually the 10-year-old daughter of Senator Everett Warren, who some freak accident happened while they were on their farm one day. Mary found a strange pebble over by one of the creeks on their property. It was a weird purplish pebble. She kept it, took it everywhere she went with it, said it was her good luck charm. And some freak accident one night caused her to liquefy completely, turning her into a black bubbling goop.
Vindication!
Like, this is like most of the things that you have were like, it said that the death was unknown. They couldn't describe exactly what it was. For the privacy of the family, they haven't, let anything out. One report that was published, you were able to find in the library that details that gives you the gruesome details as to what happened, almost as if it was from a first-person account. Almost as if an eyewitness gave them the information.
What's the byline? Who wrote it?
Oh. Now that is an interesting thing. As you see, it is by a one Johnny Jordan.
That explains why they were after him earlier.
Looks like I need to have another talk with him. Or, well, more things to talk about when I see him.
Sorry for my notes. What was that last name you cut out?
Johnny
Oh,
Jordan.
Johnny Jordan.
Johnny Jordan. Metro Johnny Jordan.
When
You weren't
was
here for it, but he's the guy where like he's that over excited I had coffee morning guy where he's like pew, 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 yo what's up? It's Johnny Jordan. Just like very over the top.
And a radio talk show host.
what's
Radio talk
the
show, yeah.
what's the publishing date on that? Not an exact date because we're not working with exact dates, but like how many years prior to where we are now?
It's about 8 years prior to where you are now.
8. Didn't she die 5 years ago?
Did I say 5 years?
You said 5, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did
So
you mean
5.
8? I can change it to 8.
5 years ago. 5 years ago. That works.
Okay.
I forgot. I forgot.
I just had to make sure we weren't in some sort of weird Twilight Zone thing where the article was published like 50 years ago.
The article was published 5 minutes ago. The source is I made it the fuck up.
Okay.
I love that I was right, and we have a timestamp in the Discord that shows that I was right. And I'm so happy.
Fucking Mr. Masterson walks into the hospital. It's like, do you even work here?
I'm the doctor
Hands them
now.
I'm the doctor. Like hands the paper. It's like I could do what I want. Like,
Yeah.
once.
Are you the doctor? I'm a doctor.
You have approval to work at that hospital. Like it's like doctors can work at different hospitals as long as they have certain approval or whatever. I know.
Okay.
I've seen Grey's Anatomy.
To be fair, he's not that kind of doctor, but you know.
What's
He's
his
good-
doctorate in?
Whatever
Who
he
are you
tells
and how
you
did you
is-
get in
Peter.
here?
What?
I'm the blacksmith, and I'm a blacksmith.
as like you guys are reading through this article about, they're like written by Johnny Jordan. We cut over to the hospital as like Bradley's duplicate is all, you know, done up and everything, and he's pushing Amelia in a gurney, and he's just spouting off just fake medical nonsense as he's going through, like as if all he did was he just duplicated the actor from the TV show. And as he's going through and people are like trying to stop him, Dr. Masterson keeps walking by and just waving his hand, and people just forget what they saw.
Does he say stat a lot?
Yeah, a bunch of stat and like just like I need 50 cc's of whatever, and it's just like it's drugs that don't even exist.
50 cc.
Yeah,
Oh
like
my gosh, yes.
it just like completely hamming it up, and he gets you into the the like examination room and shuts the just like closes the door and everything and pulls the blinds down, and then he just like dissipates, as now all there's left is just clothing. And
That's weird.
Dr. Masterson takes his position next to the door, and he just stands there like, do what you need to do. And Amelia's like, okay, you know the drill.
I'm here to revive you.
Sync your watches, 5 minutes, pull me back.
Yep.
And she takes that.
She waits for the second she injects it.
She
She'll time it.
takes that syringe and just jams it into her neck, and just winces as she just injects the liquid inside of her. And as soon as she like pulls it out and throws the syringe, she flatlines. And you can see just like the color in her eyes just completely vanish, as you know that she's left her body.
I hate this.
Meanwhile, as this is going on, oh, actually, we're going to get back to that. Time passes. You watch that clock count down. And your watch begins to beep, letting you know that 5 minutes is up.
And I'll bring her back.
Yep, you just put your hands on her, just do what you've done a million times. Her eyes return to color and she gasps. As like a little bit of like blood comes out of her nose and stuff, as it's always like a traumatic experience for her coming back, as even more of her hair whitens.
And I have water and a hanky ready for her.
Yep, and she sits
Are you
up.
okay?
Holy fuck.
You okay?
That man is depraved.
Tell me you didn't see what I think you saw.
Oh no, I got past that really quick.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Like no,
I don't wanna know.
he was dreaming
don't
what
wanna
you think he was dreaming, but I was able to, that was
Okay.
just an open door for me to walk in. Paige, you
Yep.
got to stay away from that man.
Why? Oh God, what?
Mary, his sister, or his sister.
Right? Daughter, sister, or...
He still has her. Well, parts of her.
Oh no! No.
Please
What?
not what I'm thinking here.
You trying to bring her back?
Yes,
Oh no.
he needs you. Paige, he knows.
I literally got goosebumps. Wait, he knows about me?
He knows what you can do, Paige.
Fuck. How does he know?
He's known since the start. Warren isn't who he says he is.
Oh.
Warren's a meta.
No. What?
Of course
And
he
that is where we're ending.
How? No! Rojan, don't do this to
You-
me!
God damn
We
it.
have 30 more minutes! We have 30 more minutes!
True.
I just see you bouncing on the chair.
God damn it. I love this
Please.
game!
It's been like over a month since we've had this game.
All right,
Oh
see you
my
folks in July.
God. No, we don't have wedding planning anymore. We're fine.
Yo.
Oh my goodness, people.
We're fine. I love this story.
It's so much fun. This game's amazing.
I'm not gonna lie though, the stress, like I literally feel it like on my person, like it's actually happening to me. I'm like, oh, I love this.
It's a good stress. It's a good stress.
Oh.
And the funny thing is
no.
this is still the intro.
Yeah.
Oh god damn
Oh god.
it.
Rojan, this is the second story currently going on that is simultaneously traumatizing my character. First Kylus, now Paige. Oh no.
Look, you keep giving me ammo.
To be fair, Kylos was
You asked for it.
already broken when we got him. So like
True.
He doesn't like to
True.
think he's broken.
Corey, I have been waiting months for a date with Bradley.
Yeah, I know. That's why
You owe me.
you are going to wait just a little bit longer so we can do the date right. And it's not just a fast forward.
That's
Okay,
very
you
true.
owe me a real date.
I want to listen in on the date. I'm here with the popcorn.
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah.
how that shit goes down.
Like-
That right there.
Yeah, like it isn't just going to be just, oh, you went on a date and you ate spaghetti. No, there's going to be
No.
conversation and everything because you were trying to build a relationship with this dumbass.
I can't speak for all of us, but a good chunk of us want to be here for that.
So the next time that we are together, we'll find out more about Senator Warren, and Frankie will go on her date with Bradley, and other shenanigans will happen. But until then, if this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. Coming up on Monday, we are going to have another episode of Destiny Forged, which is the longest running show here on our channel. It is also a show where I am currently tormenting Zoro. I I don't.
Per turn.
Um,
It's per turn. I had my share.
No.
And then coming up on Tuesdays, alternating Tuesdays, we have Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tiltbot.
It is
Coming up,
supposed to happen this week.
all right. Coming up on Thursday, we're gonna have another episode of Tricorn Isles, which is another 5th edition game that I run. Alternating Thursdays, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that is run by Zorro. Coming up on Saturday, kicking things off at noon, we are going to have the Downfall of Propriety, which is our Bridgerton-inspired mini-adventure that is run by Malls. And then coming up 8 p.m. Saturday night, next week on the 31st, is Session 0 of our Daggerheart game, which is going to be called The City of Redemption. That's going to be kicking off at 8. We're going to go through the step-by-step stuff of character creation, answer any questions that the players have, any questions that chat has. Just have a grand old time getting ready for Session 1. Alternating Saturdays, you have us here starting at noon for Withered Wastes, which is another 5th edition game that I run. And then us here on Vigilant 6, which is a superhero-inspired, completely homebrew game that I guess Spiffy and I have just started referring to as the Franken game, because we keep throwing on rules and everything, and building the game and making repairs and adjusting it as we play along until we, get the perfect system hammered out. But yeah, for now,
It'll work eventually.
It'll work. I mean, it's working now. But yeah, so for now, we are going to head on out. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will catch you later.
Bye.